You're listening to Paratalk Radio with Ted Wolf and Psychic Cindy on Paratalkradio.com, a member of the WLFE digital broadcast family, and is intended for listeners over 16. The topics, views, and opinions expressed on our show may not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Paratalk Radio, our hosts, or our sponsors. Now, here are your hosts, Ted and Cindy.
Hi, everybody.
I was waiting to see if you were going to say anything. Oh, man.
Of course I'm going to say it.
All right. Well, hey, I was just checking. So
What's that?
I was just checking.
Yeah.
Not chicken, checking.
I know. I was just going to say, did you just say chicken?
No.
How are you doing, Lovey? I miss you.
Yeah, well, I guess. Well, this week wasn't my fault.
It wasn't? Oh, no, because we couldn't see each other. No, John has a gig. Invisible John has a gig. Yay!
Yeah,
so happy about that.
Right, so it wasn't my fault this week.
No. Well, kind of was my fault last week, right? I was not feeling all that good. I had a migraine and I was trying to fight through everything and had a lot.
Yeah, it was you, it was me, then you, and now John.
Yeah,
so,
we all get a turn.
It's like, okay, well, maybe next week. So, well, I don't get it. That's fine.
I miss you guys so much.
Yeah,
maybe I'll make food. What do you think?
Huh?
Maybe I'll make food too.
Maybe you'll make food?
Mm-hmm. For us.
Okay. I'm not gonna. John's not gonna turn down food.
I know. And I'll make it keto so we can all eat it.
Ew.
Shut up.
I'll have to sneak some candy in or something for me and
There's
John.
no candy in it. It's gonna just be good. It'll be my chicken, my crock pot chicken maybe.
Crock pot
chicken? What are you talking about?
Yes.
I made turkey and mashed potatoes and gravy. For the boys, I had turkey. I did not have gravy. I had just the juices that I had made in the with the turkey.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that for myself, and I put the juice over the turkey and over my broccoli. And I had a beautiful salad.
Hey.
What is that?
Down, Ted.
Oh, I was like, why do I hear us?
And gravy for the boys.
Yep, gravy for the boys. Not for me, though. I did have a little taste of the mashed potatoes and a little taste of the gravy. But I mean, not a spoon, just my fingertip. Delicious.
I don't know if I believe you.
Well, you should, because I wouldn't lie to you. I turned myself into my cousin, who is my keto police. Not really. She's not really. We just admit our foibles, right?
Okay. All right. Well, I guess. So we got a few minutes here.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing?
What have I been doing? I've been doing my lives. I did my Tarot Tuesday live, which I have again coming up tomorrow. I had my Just Cindy podcast that I did, and I did a love readings live on Friday, and that was so much fun. And then
awesome.
Saturday and Sunday, I just laid low. I was having girl issues over the weekend, and I was ill. This is making
dinging.
A lot of noise. There we go.
Somebody's dinging.
I'm dinging.
Danging. Well, I have been busy too.
What's that?
I said I've been busy too, nonstop. Well,
you gotta put your mic up a little bit.
My mic is. I'm eating my mic.
No, but I mean, turn up the volume of it.
It's all the way up.
Oh wow. Okay. Maybe I'll put my volume all the way to 100. I was on 85.
That's crazy. Hold on.
I'm going to look for us.
That's probably going to be better, but...
Oh, that is better.
Yeah, well, then now you're going to hear my fan, but I don't care.
I'm all right with that. I just need to hear you more.
Yeah, since I got this board, it hasn't worked right. I don't know. And I've listened to John about it, and John told me that I was full of malarkey and whatever.
Now I can hear you better. And you're right, I can hear your fan more now.
Yeah, you're going to because of my fan. I mean, I can't use the pad for it because I turned it all the way up. You know, like this is what I would do. And then you can't hear me. So
no.
Then I would have to turn it all the way up like this, and then you're going to be able to hear the fan.
I'm okay with that. I'd rather be able to hear you because you know it's harder for me to hear.
Right. So.
I mean, I could put headphones in, but I farting hate. I wonder if it'll give me the feedback like it does.
I know, but you still. Well, see, the headphones is the best way to go. But are you still hearing the fan?
Yeah.
You are.
Oh. Yeah.
See if I.
Up there, they're on now. Let's see.
All right. Well.
Can I hear you, Teddy?
Yeah, well, I'm sure you can hear me, but...
Oh, that's better.
If I take that down, then you can really hear me.
Yeah, I like it.
The fan, it's like 90 freaking degrees in here.
Yeah, don't turn off your fan, honey. Arg that.
Yeah, it's hotter than shit in here.
Want to see my cute shoes? I'm going to take them off.
Excuse me.
Look at how cute they are, though.
Okay.
Super cute. Here, I'll show you.
Jesus. All right, you got a job to do, woman.
I'm doing it. Ready? Okay.
Yep.
Hi, Shira. Hi, Barry. Hi, Kathy. Oh, just cruising around the homestead, doing your thing. We like that, Kathy. I'm making pickled eggs this week. Can't wait till they're done to try them. I've never had a pickled egg. I don't know what that means, actually. Like, is it like a pickled egg, like a pickle? Hi, entity. Ding, ding, ding. What is that ringing sound? Barry said. Entity said, no, the mic issues. Ha ha. KNOW. No, the mic issues. Ha ha ha. Barry says, I can hear you better, Ted. Yes, I could too.
Yeah, the fan's just going to make noise. Nothing I can do about it.
But Sheila said, fan, all right for me too. Kathy says, Ted, don't let people rain on you, dude. It's all good. You're just jealous. Entity says the fan is fine. No. Entity says the fan is fine. Barry says the fan sound isn't too bad. Fan is very minimal, Entity says. Okay. Nice heels, Cindy. It's not even heels. They're flats. They're just sandals. Hi, Melinda. Kathy said she'll go on her page tomorrow, recipe and all. Oh, interesting. Okay. Hey, Tabitha, congratulations. She said they just won their first softball game. Woo-hoo!
Good for you. Congratulations.
John Huntington. Hi, Cindy. Big fan. John, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Kimberly Vales. Love you, Chris. Hashtag go team. Congratulations to the team.
Nice.
Okay, let's see. Melinda says, try a pickled egg. I love pickles, so maybe that will be fun. And I love eggs. So, and I can have pickles and stuff on keto. So
it's going to give you the worst gas in the world.
Listen, who cares if you're Rudy Toot Toot?
Okay.
I'm okay with that. Hey, Tom.
All right.
Okay, nice flat, Cindy. Thank you so much. But I think they're super fun. I just love them. I loved them so much. So these are the black ones, and you can see that they're black right around the edges here. I also got a taupe pair. I can't wait to wear them. I haven't worn them yet.
Okay. Awesome.
So now I have a gray sparkly pair. Not like that, but
she's got her shoes, and I got my Godzillas. We're all set to go.
That's right. Hey, and I've got tarot cards. Look at all my tarot cards and oracle cards.
Yeah, I see that.
You can even see all of them.
That's
Am I
awesome.
Jones?
Brooklyn, Iowa. First time tuning in. Hello.
Hi,
Hello,
Jerry.
Jerry.
Jerry is the Brooklyn, Iowa. Okay. And no, I haven't seen you in a while.
Welcome to the
sparkly.
show.
I love it. Thank you so much, Kathy. I love them too because they're sparkly.
And since you're a first timer, I mean, just to let you know that yes, we are relatively a paranormal talk show, but
Relatively speaking,
typically, that's the premise behind the show.
it is.
But it doesn't always happen that way. Not
always. Sometimes we talk about psychic stuff.
Yeah, we're just weird. So if you want weird, this is the weird.
Don't
yes.
Listen. We're eclectic, which makes people weird.
No. We're weird.
Which
Get it right.
Awesome sauce.
No, we're just as weird as our guest. Like this guy here. We're just as weird as this guy.
Fair enough.
What is that, my friend?
Weird.
What is that?
It just grew there.
That's all right.
I showed up one day and I decided, it's fine.
Yep, pretty much.
It's also COVID, I don't care to shave or not.
Yeah, what did they say?
I can't hear you that well. You're coming in and out a little.
Yeah, pull it a little closer. Tip it sideways.
Come a little bit closer. You're my kind of man. So big and so strong.
Oh, I guess you can't now because you're going to be sideways. Damn.
Oh, I love
That's
that
all
orange.
right.
Was that an orange couch you have?
No, that's not logo.
It's what?
I don't know. His phone has got like a
that.
weird speaker or something because we can't hear you all that well. Really?
Yes.
Oh, what did you do?
Hi, Sharon. Hi, Kimberly.
I know that was
Hi,
weird.
Marilyn.
I got him all the way up too.
Yeah.
God
Hi,
damn it, Chris.
Jason.
Oh.
Weirdos of the world, unite!
Oh, yep.
Hi.
Now he
Everybody
left
say
us.
Hello to Chris. He'll be back.
Yeah, there he
He'll be
is.
back.
There he is.
I don't know what happened. Can you hear me
Okay.
Oh,
now?
that's better.
Now we can hear you.
Okay.
That's better.
Like,
Hi,
what the
Heather
hell?
Mason. I've always wanted to know who's around me. Do you guys know anyone that does sessions? And we love Chris. He's amazing. Do you read what this says right there? It says Psychic Cindy.
She just wanted to
I
use
do
her finger.
sessions. I know. I'm so proud that I can use my finger. And look, I can point to Chris too.
Whoa.
I poked ya.
I can too.
Yes. This is so much fun. I love it.
There you go.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Oh God! Why are you doing that to me?
It's just right there.
I swear you like to tease me with all those little toys of yours that are possessed and haunted. I miss you. I was supposed to be seeing you. Well, I was supposed to have seen you, right?
Oh, I know.
A couple weeks ago now. Yes. Did you go down?
I did. I was there for 3 days.
Yes, he
That's
did.
what I thought. I thought
Yeah.
you were there. Yeah. I can't. I couldn't do it because of the COVID. Because I take care of my mom.
Yeah, you gotta stay safe. It's crazy.
I had to get the hell out. I had to go.
Oh,
I needed
God.
a break.
I understand. Listen, I don't live with my mom.
Hey, I'm glad I went. I helped Chris out. Me
You
and
did?
yeah,
How?
me and Jack. We had a nice little talk with Mr. Chris.
I'm okay.
Jack, as in Daniels?
No.
Jack
Jack
Henna.
Henna.
Oh,
Jenna.
Jack Henna.
Yep.
Wait,
We had a nice little
what
talk.
were you and Jack talking about to Chris? Let me know.
Oh,
Voice talk?
can't talk about it here.
Okay. We'll wait until after, and then you spill the beans.
Oh, sounds like a torture session.
Didn't you know that's what we do to people when they come on the show?
Oh, that's I got my buddy right there.
Yeah.
No. Oh, it's his orange equipment case, Tabitha said.
Oh yeah, that.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
I actually do have an orange. I do have an orange couch and orange. Oh well, obviously you can see I have an orange chair. I have a love seat, not a full couch that matches this.
Right.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I had to get an orange case because everybody's running around with black.
I like the orange.
Right. Yeah.
Chris wanted to be different.
I did want to be different. I always want to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I do sessions, Heather. I sure do.
Yeah.
Oh,
right,
Kimberly, Marilyn, everybody's going, Buddy! Barry says, Buddy is with you, Chris! Listen, I'm doing the exclamation points for them.
That's funny.
Bye, Kathy.
Right.
Take care. Have a good night. Hi, David Eggleston.
Yes.
He says, what's up, Chris?
What up, dude?
All right, guys. So we're gonna get going here with the show.
Wait, where did he go again?
Who? Chris? Did he leave again? No, he's there. All right. So I'm gonna read his bio real quick that he sent me.
Okay.
And then, that's, what I normally do. And then we're going to get right into this. So, guys, this is Chris Sanders has been a paranormal investigator for over 15 years. It all started when he was haunted as a kid at the age of 7. Oh, isn't that a quinky-dink?
Quinky-dink-a-dink.
Yes, it was a quinky-dink. Spirits seem to always want to communicate with him for... Shrinky-dink, thank you. Always wanted to... So let me start over now, damn it.
Sorry,
spirits, damn it. Yeah, spirits seem to always wanted to communicate with him for help or closure. Chris found his life's passion in helping families in need that are experiencing a haunting to help them not to have to go through what he went through as a kid, feeling alone and not understanding what's happening. Chris started his haunted crew in November 2009 with his goal in mind to help when someone needs it. Chris is also the keeper and the owner of Buddy the Haunted Doll, which y'all got a peek of. Chris's first encounter with Buddy was back in 2014. Buddy was sent to Chris to investigate when things turned out not so good. Now Buddy is locked in a protective glass case and can be seen at Chris's lectures along with Buddy's full story. You can also catch Chris. He has been featured on Travel Channel's Paranormal 911. Jesus, 911. And apparently he's got some other things in the work as well, so that's awesome. And Chris, I have to bring him back in because he left the room. There he is.
I lost Wi-Fi. I live in the boondocks, so now I'm in my car.
Okay, all right, we got you now.
This is your studio, Chris.
There you go.
I tried.
Now you can always catch Chris every beginning of the wintertime up here in New York because he's always at the Rochester Winter Parafest and he has all of his trinkets with him. So you're always able to come and see him up here. This year, Rochester Winter Parafest for 2021 is going to be March 13th and 14th. So you can come and check him out in March. Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back. That's an awesome event.
We have a lot of fun there.
We have so much fun there, don't we?
Yeah, I think in a blizzard.
Yeah, I think Chris was the troublemaker with there was a pulling rack where you could load your stuff on, and I think Chris had something to do with that. Mm-hmm.
With a what?
That was, Dan took place in that, not just me.
Oh, Danny Clash, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you guys do?
I became the luggage. He became the pusher.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I do remember.
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
So, all right. So, I was going to read some of the people on my watch party here, but all of a sudden I just lost everybody.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that's okay. I'm sure they'll pop back.
He was
out
writing on it. Kimberly says, yes, I remember. Yep.
Well,
I also did something with the luggage rack myself. I was doing it like a skateboard.
That's how it started.
Yeah, it was because of you.
Oh, that's a big ass bug.
I know. I think I did mine in front. Like, do you remember how I was on the far side, like the back wall?
Yeah.
I was riding it on the back wall after.
There
I brought everything in.
Yeah. The hotel guy didn't seem very thrilled that I was doing that.
Well, they didn't see me, but I surely entertained the girls that were across from me.
That's awesome.
They're like, you just made my day.
Score.
Yes.
All right, so let's get into this, guys.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So, Chris, let's start, because if we're going to do this, let's see. How do you, if you're going to a location, let's see, it's a two-parter, okay? It's all in regard to protection. So when you are bringing Buddy with you any place, how are you protecting yourself? And when you go into a location to do your investigations, how are you protecting yourself?
Oh, gotcha. Well, Buddy doesn't really come with me to other haunted locations. He just kind of stays home. But protection-wise, like, I kind of have a bond with him. I tell him, you know, don't do anything bad to me. I don't want anything negative to happen to me again. But, like, we sage him all the time, and we do a St. Michael's prayer with him to kind of keep him at bay and stuff. I'm not necessarily saying that he's active all the time, but there's, like, that possibility that something could happen at any moment.
Right.
But protecting myself as going into a case, again, I let the spirits know that they can't follow me home once I go in there. I let them all know that, you know, I'm a friend. I'm not there to harm them, hurt them in any way. I just want to communicate with them, and I want to tell their story. I've never really come across a lot of demonic cases. There's a fine line between that.
Yeah.
So not everything is dark, and not everything is negative. There's that 1% you're going to get a demonic case.
Right. And because Teddy and I are witches, we don't necessarily subscribe to demonic anything.
There we go.
That's a more Western culture, religious kind of thing.
Yeah, if somebody tells me they have a demon in their house, I'll go in and I'll check it out. If some weird stuff starts happening, then I call Anito. Jen, this was yours.
Jen, get your ass up here.
There's been probably two or three times that I've called these.
Oh, good. That's good, though. I mean, I love that we can network with all of the people that we have around us, that we can call each other and really be able to have each other's backs. I think that is amazing. I think that's absolutely
it's para unity, and we wouldn't even we wouldn't even know half these people if we weren't all connected through, like, Pam Barry and Steve Barry for, like, Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. I mean, that's how a lot of us connected. So we actually owe them a thank you.
I owe them the world's biggest thank you, because, to be honest with you, they put me on my first con appearance, and, like, I was out there just doing investigations, never wanted to be known for anything or anything like that. I just put on events and stuff and investigate it. And Pam asked me to come up and do a lecture on some of the haunted items, and I did. And ever since then, it was like, I've been on so many cons. I mean, like, I'm already booked next year for 15 of them, and I owe it all to you.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Fantastic.
They're amazing people. I mean, I tell people all the time they're amazing.
Yeah,
I love that. Okay,
they have done so many good things.
Melinda Taylor asks, how do you prevent Buddy from attaching to a guest at one of your events? Does he stay in his case?
Okay, so Buddy stays inside of his glass. The glass is not necessarily a protection. It's more of a boundary between the people in the doll. A lot of people actually it's actually females. They get a bond with Buddy. Like, they see him, they want to hold him, they want to love him like a child. It's really strange. We've had people that have been very obsessed with Buddy. We've actually had, there was 2 times that Buddy has actually almost been taken. Yeah, because people are like, oh, I love this doll. I gotta have it. Like, this is amazing. Like, I'm in love with it.
What in the hell?
So, I mean, like, it's just really strange, the bond that people can get with it. Like, we had a team member that was very, like, I gotta have Buddy in my house. Like, I love Buddy. And I'm like, well, anytime I touch Buddy, like, bad shit happens to me. But any time that she touched Buddy, good stuff would happen to her. So it's really weird. So
good stuff would happen to her?
Was that?
You said good stuff would happen to her?
Yeah. Like, nothing bad would happen. Like, Buddy has this draw where, like, men will touch the doll and relationships will crumble. Women touch the doll and, like, fall in love. It's really strange. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
interesting.
I can't. So the thing is, I want to tell you the full background of Buddy is, but I can't because I just signed a contract where his story is going to be released. All I can say is it's going to be on something shortly.
Ah, that's awesome!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
David Eggleston says, how has George been?
George. So George is a knight. Okay, so it's a box with a Knights Templar suit in it, which is really neat. And a lot of people that have actually touched the box have had really good luck. I think Dave's wife actually touched the box, went out into the parking lot, and found $20 on the ground, which is really cool. There's been some other team members. I think an old team member touched the box, won a bunch of money. Another, actually at Ted's event, a guy came up to the box and a girl came up to the box. They both touched the box. I haven't even told Ted this. I should have. But they ended up dating. They met like right there at that box.
What?
Yeah. Oh, and
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't really travel with too many items anymore because it's so hectic bringing it all with me. But George is a very popular item as well. I actually just had like 3 new items sent to me today to investigate. My garage is full with stuff that's either, I don't like using the word that everything's haunted because it's not. It's more of like I get an uneasy feeling about this when you check it out kind of deal. So I'm very cautious of how I use that in every item. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Not everything has to be passionate.
Well, Kyle in Easterbrook says, Buddy was in the band room, and last year someone went crazy.
Oh, yes. So I keep Buddy in my garage, and that's where the band room was. My old guitar player, I think he must have touched Buddy or something, but he lost his damn marbles, like, right after he saw the clown. He started freaking out. He got uneasy, said he was going to break into my garage. It was just weird. But he might have been mentally unstable. Again, I don't want to use the word haunted, so.
And Marilyn Deniston says, Buddy hissed at me in Rochester.
Oh, that's awesome. So
I choose not to go near Buddy. I respect him, and I just choose, that. Oh my gosh. Kimberly Vales said, I've held Buddy, won $350 at the casino.
Yep, that did happen.
David
Eggleston. That's what I'm saying. Like, the females have like a positive thing, and then the males have like a negative reaction to it. Another cool thing, Buddy actually. So I took him to the Shanley Hotel, and I had him set up in the hallway. And not the hallway. It would be like the kitchen. There's like a hallway kitchen. I don't know if you guys have been to the Shanley, but
I haven't.
So we all went to bed. Kim went upstairs, came back downstairs, and she said she heard Buddy laugh at her. So she booked it right back upstairs. But I didn't hear about this till the morning.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'd book it too.
Yeah, I started bringing him to, a lot of people wanted me to start bringing him to haunted locations to see what happens, see if it stirs things up. I don't like doing it because I don't know if it's going to be a negative or a positive, and I'm also scared somebody's going to run off with it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do that either, Chris. I think you're on the right path there, just because you never know. We don't know.
Right.
You know, I was involved in a really serious conversation today about the paranormal and what we need to do and so on and so forth. And, you don't want to stir things up. You really don't. We're there to observe and to collect what data we can, but not to make it worse than what it was when we got, before we got there.
Right.
So.
There's been too many times, like, I'll get a call from somebody that had another team in there and said they stirred things up, saying it was a demon and all this stuff. I want that D word. If I could wish for anything in the paranormal field, is for that D word
To disappear?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, you
just-
know what? It makes money though, Chris.
I
Come
know.
on, you have ZB saying it every 3 seconds, and you know it's on A Haunting, and it's on all these places, and the D word, and we're not talking about dicks here. We're just talking about
funny.
things that go bump in the night, maybe, and they want to use a word that supposedly summons Satan.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, you know, working, you know, when I actually get a possible demonic case, and I do mean possible,
Yeah.
I call in, you know, one of the demonologists that I know, and they, you know, they'll do an interview over the phone, or they'll talk to them, and they'll be like, no, that's a mental illness or something. Like, there's only 1% these cases are demonic. And not everybody can be a demonologist either. That's another thing.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's not even Chris.
And
That's not even
demonologists
saying,
will tell you how rare it is for them to see an actual
right. And
demonic
you know,
case.
let me throw this little statistic in there for you. 35 years in the paranormal field, and I have never come across one. So
There we
think
go.
about that for a second. 35 years.
Yep.
Never.
And I've been doing this. Well, I've been talking to dead people since I was a kid. I mean, I can remember playing with the little boy. How old was I? I was in elementary school. Well, Aaron was 6, 5. So I was like 10 or 11.
Yeah, but still, I mean, just you know, as a number, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
here ZB is out, and every episode it's a demon. Every episode,
And he's
or he's
possessed.
possessed, or
Yeah.
God damn, I'm with you, Chris. I mean, in fact, you know, the godfather of the paranormal, Mr. John Zaffis, even
The
said,
old man.
yeah, he even
The old
said,
man.
he
Like
even
all.
said, you know, I'm tired of the D word. I'm tired
Right.
of shows saying
Come on.
this.
Come
I
on,
mean,
come on,
his
come
Twitter
on.
page, what, a year ago, was he posted that loud and clear. You know,
Loud and
this
clear.
is garbage. You know.
Yep. You know,
And-
it's just sad to see it what the field has become now. You know, I have no grudges. I know there's, you know, unfortunately, there's people that have grudges out there against me, but you know, I never say any negative about anybody. Anybody that has a grudge about me, I'd still pull over on the side of the world, on the side of the road, change their tire for them, give them a shirt off my back. They need $5, they're gonna get it. I don't care. They can hate me, and
Right.
that's just me. Like,
But
you
that's
know,
the thing, Chris, is it's none of your business what other people say about you, right? It's none of my business what other people say. It's because I tell that to Teddy all the time.
And
You
I
know.
pass that on all the time.
yes, you do.
Where is it? There he is.
Yeah, I pass that off to Chris just in Gettysburg.
Because Teddy used to get so down about what
I
people
did.
would say. And
I
I would say, fuck them.
Yep. You know, and you know, it's crazy.
It's none of your business.
Right. And you know, a year ago, 2 years ago, it really bothered me coming up in the field, hearing all these things. And then I had Mr. Z come up to me and was like, you know, kid, who gives a shit what anybody says about you?
That's right.
Mhm.
Ever since then, it was just like, whatever. You know?
Because when you do that, you're allowing somebody else to take your power. And
Yep.
it's like, who the hell? I'm not giving you my power, bitches. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
No,
It took me a long time to get this power back into this body. You're not getting a bit of it. No. Grounded and centered. Stay in my own lane. It's none of my business what they're saying about me. I don't care.
right.
There's a
it go.
comment here
There's
from
a song.
David. There's a comment from David.
David who?
David
Eggleston?
Yeah. He said one of the
Just call
coolest.
it egg.
He says one of the coolest things.
How about
Hold
Eggy?
on.
I like that better.
Eggy. One of the coolest things I have done with Chris was the investigation we did at the Manchester, New Hampshire Paracon. We placed a bunch of haunted items in one room and performed an investigation. We had some really cool responses.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. So that was the one time that Buddy actually physically got held by somebody. James and Nito actually did a prayer on him. He actually talked about this on a live feed the other day. he basically took the doll out of the case with the holy water, prayer. He did the whole shebang, and trying to get Buddy to talk. You know, he talked a little bit, and you know, the room really lit up. We literally had Matt Warner there. He had his haunted objects there. I brought some haunted objects. And I mean, this room was just lit up. And the whole backstory of the whole situation was we were supposed to all go and investigate a house. But unfortunately, the lady that was coming got into an accident, so we couldn't get to the house. And we wanted to save Eric Knapp's event, so we basically were like, you know what? Let's see if the hotel has an empty room, so let us use it. Let's set up a ton of equipment, a ton of haunted objects, and let's make an investigation in that hotel.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was the coolest experience. I've never seen anybody do it before. It was so awesome.
Oh my God!
You know what I like about stuff like this, and when you investigate, Chris, I'm wondering if you do the same thing. And I don't know how many teams do anymore, but I love using trigger objects. If a place is old enough, you know, especially Civil War. I mean, you bring in a couple of people dressed up as, you know, Civil War veterans, or you know, something like that. I mean, we used Native Americans actually right off the reservation when we did the torture tree in Kylerville, and it was amazing. We got some great EVPs and stuff from that. It just trigger effects are trigger items. I mean, are just really awesome to have, especially when you're not getting responses from your typical investigations.
Right. When we were up in Gettysburg, a couple of my team members actually, we went into an antique shop. They bought like bullets and different little trigger things like that, and we took them up to the battlefield and started an EVP session, a ghost box session to see if that would trigger something. We did get some really cool responses, so it definitely helps to bring a trigger object. I wanted to buy a Civil War coat, but I wasn't spending $3,000.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Kimberly Vales is saying that in Gettysburg we bought Civil War relics and took them out into the battlefield.
Yep.
Cool. I saw your T-shirt today online, by the way, for Buddy. That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, they're coming in.
Awesome. I just shared the feed.
Chris went dark.
Sometimes I gotta go into the dark.
Okay. So let's go back a little bit now. Now, you know, Cindy asked you about what you do for protection and stuff. I'm curious about, and I
it's
asked
called
this
Condom City.
I asked this of all of the paranormal people that come on the show, especially if they're teams. How do you do your investigation? Like, do you guys like? I'm guessing you do residential as well as pay to play.
That's a good point. Yeah, our biggest, I mean, like how we start an investigation is, you know, usually it's by an email. Somebody emails us or Facebook messages me, and it'll go to my team manager, Tabitha. And basically, we've got a questionnaire. We'll ask them a couple questions to feel them out first to make sure it's legit. And then if we feel that it's something we should check out, then we'll go out there. If we feel that it's something that we're not interested in doing, we love to help anybody possible, especially if it's a child, we're going to be there. But if it's something that doesn't seem something that we can do, we'll reach out to other teams in the network of all the teams, and we'll be like, can you guys go check this out or do this, do that? It starts with the interview process. We want to make sure we're safe, because the crazy thing is we didn't do an interview process like a couple years ago, and somebody came at me, like, when we went there, like, he put his hand around my throat, and he's like, I'm possessed by Satan. I'm like, dude, you need a psychologist, not a demonologist. We didn't have a demonologist with us either, but I'm just saying.
You should have had a police officer with you.
Yeah, it was very scary. So, I mean, like, that's how we start. We start with the interview process. Now, if the case gets green-lighted, we will go. And our first thing is we do an EMF sweep of the house to make sure there's no old electricity going to the building. They're not next to a power grid or any of that, so they're not getting paranoia, which causes paranormal in your head. We want to try to debunk all that stuff. And, you know, if they're like, oh, I hear somebody running up and down our stairs, but we're going to run the water in the house. We're going to do all that kind of thing. We kind of went back to old school where we're using baby powder and bells on the door and stuff like that. So
Teddy Taddy loves it. Yes, I love it too, man.
It's
Old
great.
school.
All that massive equipment that you're bringing with you, all those batteries, all that electricity. I mean,
All the shit you don't need.
Yeah, you're conducting literally your own.
Exactly.
It's just sometimes it's too much. I love the Ghost Box, but how much of that is just FM radio? So
99.9%.
So you guys want to hear something funny? I did an investigation, not this Saturday, the Saturday before. And I was up on the 3rd floor, and people were in the basement at the Phelps Hotel.
Yep.
And I guess they were using that, one of those box things.
Yeah.
And it had my name 2 different times.
Oh,
and
man.
it said Cindy, clear as day, 2 different times.
You see, that's awesome.
And I'm like, and I think I was the only Cindy.
Right? Well, it's cool. We actually just got back from the USS Salem battleship. And I was in the bunks, and we had the Phasma box going, and basically it said, we're like, well, who do you want to talk to, communicate with you? And on the box, it literally said Chris Sanders. We got it on video. We're actually, we're going to be making a video and posting it soon, all the stuff that we found. Nick, which is a new team lead that's on my team, he's absolutely amazing. The kid is like, you couldn't ask for a better paranormal investigator. I mean, my team is really
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm so proud of each and every one of them. Like, you couldn't ask for better members.
Well, it's really hard to find good people. It really is.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
once you get them...
You want my coattail? That's a lot it is.
Listen, we're famous already, Chris.
Oh, my God.
You are?
That's a
No,
joke.
that's what I'm
For
saying, like-
anybody watching this that thinks I'm a dick right now, I'm really just joking.
Yeah, it's a joke.
My friends know. My friends know I'm kidding.
I was joking too, but no, it's hard. It's hard to find members because everybody thinks they're going to get a TV deal, and it's not. I don't care about television. I don't care about any of that. I just want to help people. That's the point of it all.
Now I just figured out who it was. Now I know which Nick it is.
Oh,
I know Nick Cates. It's Nick.
yeah, Nick. He's awesome. Yeah, we got Nick. We got Tabitha. We got Cam. I almost forgot her. We got Brad. We got Chris, Jason. Oh my God.
Well, Nick's been on our feeds for weeks, months, something like that. He's always watching the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he always watches the show. Oh, yeah.
He's
nice.
Yeah.
good guy. A
I
investigator. The kid's gonna make a following for himself. I'm telling you this now.
That's awesome. So I want to say hi to a couple people. T. Roy, L. Shirley Vaughn. Hi,
Yes, T. Roy is awesome.
Let's see. Marilyn says she stopped watching a lot of shows that keep using the D word.
Yeah.
Exactly. We all need to do that. Hello, Diana Miller. Hello from Alaska. Did you see that, Teddy?
Yeah. I responded
T.
to
Roy
her.
says, hi, Cindy. Hi, Teddy.
Yep.
Nick Cates is on here. Hello, Nick Cates. He says, yes, we'll be editing that soon. Thanks, buddy. Love
He's
ya.
more like, oh crap, he mentioned it. Now I need to get on it. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Cindy, T. Roy is actually they put together. Actually, they're putting together. It's like a show. It's they're little skits, and it's called Cryptid. Oh, he's gonna kill me because I just talked to him the other night. Cryptid
Wait,
something.
is he with our network?
No. No, it's I interviewed his best friend who is Biggie or Biggins from Hillbillies. Biggins. Biggins, the Biggin from Hillbillies in the Holler on Talk with Teddy Saturday night.
Oh.
So yeah, T. Roy is.
Fun.
It's awesome to be able to help people.
Wait, is T. Roy on that show? Or is
Actually, T. Roy is best friends with Biggins, and so he was talking.
Oh, got it.
I had them both on the show, and he was talking about his cryptid thing. T. Roy, tell me what the hell your show is now. I forgot. It's cryptid something. But yeah, fantastic people. And T. Roy is gifted as well. He's been since a kid. He's been helping people like you, Cindy. Yes, Crusaders. Yep.
He's like me.
Yeah.
T. Roy is like me.
Yep.
Yay, T. Roy! Power.
Yep. All right. So, Chris,
Listen,
with all
I don't wish this on anybody, but if you've got it, then go for it.
Yeah.
That's how I got started.
You just have to follow your bliss with it. Seriously, it can be very overwhelming.
Yes. So since you're a kid, you've been doing all this. I mean, how often did you run into walls with what you want to do and learning and stuff? Because I know it can be like back in the day for me, there was nothing but walls. At least for you coming up, being as young as you are, it was sort of the doors were open.
Yeah,
so,
well, it was tough. I mean, my love for the paranormal started when I was 7, when I started seeing spirits, hearing spirits, and stuff like that. But fast forwarding, getting into the whole paranormal realm, figuring out where you buy your first piece of equipment, and there was a lot of walls because not a lot of people were welcoming people into the field. 15 years now doing it, but it was tough. I mean, like, I posted Craigslist ads looking for haunted locations. I posted Craigslist ads looking for team members. That got weird.
Yeah, that's got to be tough. Especially in Craigslist. Oh my God.
And I got moving on from that situation. Finally establishing a team, putting on events to help locations that need funding and stuff like that. Eventually falling into meeting, John Zappis, which has been an amazing guy in my life. It's helped me a lot. Meeting people like, Stephen Tango, they've helped me a lot.
They're awesome, right?
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Like, just all these people where I'm just like, I want to quit. I can't really do it. Just picking you up off the floor and being like, dust it off, kid. You gotta do it.
Yeah.
But it was really hard to overcome finding locations and whatnot. So.
Well, you know what? One thing about this field, and I agree with you, has always been tough on the individuals trying to make, their footprints stick in the sand like everybody else has. It's actually pretty tough.
It's very
everybody
tough.
Everybody thinks they're number one. You can't go on their turf, or nobody wants to share, or they're better than you are, and all this stuff. And it's like, one of the very first things that you're told when you're in this field, right out there, is that
I'm back. Gotta go
into the dark again. But one of the things you're always told, especially when you join a team or you talk to other people in the field, is that there are no experts. So for you to put somebody else down is, pardon my French, but is bullshit.
Yeah. Nothing in this field is scientifically proven, and there is no single expert in this field. There's no degree in it. It's just, we are out here all doing the exact same thing, trying to show the world that this stuff exists. And, let's all support each other doing it. Look at another person's evidence. Don't just crumple it up and say, no, that's better evidence than mine, so I'm going to say shit, it's fake. No, don't do that. Let's support each other.
Right. Well, we always say on this show, everybody brings something to the table. Everybody has something to offer.
Yeah.
And, and that's the truth.
Yeah,
that's
I fully agree.
The truth. Does it say Cindy K. Thompson entered the room? It doesn't.
But we have always reached out to other teams. We've always said to people, from other teams, it's like, we're here. We'll work with you. We don't have an issue. We're willing to do what we can. I mean, the events that we all, meet up on, everybody's friends, everybody's hugging, everybody's, so the ones that don't want to be a part of it, that's fine. They can do their own thing. Right. But the ones of us that want to be together and want to work together with this stuff, we're going to do it, with or without them.
Right.
I just
with or without you.
I want to be friends with everybody, and that's the big thing. That's what I tell my team members too. Like,
but that's why you get hurt, Chris.
I want to friend everybody. I want to hug everybody, but a lot of people are like, "You have to wait for me." I'm like, "I'm not that dude."
Oh, Chris does that to me. No, wait a minute. Chris does that to me. Don't you touch me. He does it. He goes, get away from me. He's afraid of me. I won't hurt you, Chris.
Stop it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, so Barry just said something. Because Diana asked if I've ever been to Alaska, and I said no. But Barry said, and you have the Alaska Triangle there too.
Yeah, that's part
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, there is an Alaskan Triangle up there. I don't know much about it. I've heard of it. There's a couple other places on the earth that have what they're actually calling Loki. Not like the god Loki, but they're it's short for electromagnetic locations, and it's all natural. And there's certain areas on the globe, and some of them are actually attached to things like the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh my goodness.
Alaskan Triangle. There's just a lot of creepy stuff like that out there that's attached to wherever these natural EMF centers are. It seems that there's a lot of stuff that happens. Now, is this true? I can't tell you it's true as a fact because I'm like being in the paranormal field, like Chris was already saying, none of this has been proven. And we're going on what people before us have told us, this is what's happened, is it done by EMF. We don't physically know this. All we can tell you is what is told to us and passing it on. And until we get into the science part of this more, which looks like the future for the paranormal field is more science. It looks like it's going to push this other bullshit to the people that want to use it for fun, and then the rest of it, we're going to start doing more experiments. We're going to start doing more science-based things, and I was in that conversation today. So it's nice to have a foot in to know what's coming up, and I can't wait to see some of that stuff happening.
Yeah, I'll tell you, science stuff in the field is amazing. If you ever sit down and have a science talk with Steve Gonzalez, that guy and his ability to know all the science stuff is amazing.
He is so smart.
I literally sat to dinner with him and I'm like, Steve, I can't keep up with you, man. Your brain is like so
his
smart.
brain just thinks and thinks and thinks. It is amazing.
Like he's a very intelligent guy.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yes, he is. So, and the funny part is you don't see really that part of him as much on TV as you do behind the scenes.
You see him screaming from spiders,
and icky crawly things. But the thing is it's so funny because when you're on set with him, he is so freaking cool and freaking smart, but also a prankster. Let's be real.
We know that.
We do. Barry said there was a Travel Channel series about the Alaska Triangle, and he found it interesting. Judy Hawes says, hello from Rockport, Maine.
Hello, Judy.
And I'm really interested in that Travel Channel Alaska Triangle.
Actually, if you Google it, Cindy, you will be able to find it, yes.
Okay, I definitely am going to do that.
Yeah, just Google it. That's one of the other things about the field that kind of... Back a while, probably 25, 30 years, and these TV series like In Search Of and all that stuff started reaching out, trying to find these interesting things and bring them forth. It's amazing how many people didn't grab a hold of it and say, hey, I wanted to do more, investigating on this. So when you have things today, when you have things today like YouTube, the internet, you're able to look up anything and everything that's supernatural out there and actually do your research. And that's what's important, and that's what's still missing in some of this. People aren't doing the research. I mean, you can, the Ancient Aliens series, I mean, some people go, oh, it's boring, but you know what? There's so much interesting information that they have.
It digs into a lot of stuff. It's truly amazing show. I'll sit there and I'll watch it, and my wife will be like, this is boring. I'm like, what? Listen to it.
Yeah. It's just amazing. There's just so many different shows out there. I love sci-fi and stuff, and I watch a lot of science fiction movies, but if you stop and think about what their movies are based on, some of that is scientific facts. Some of that is ideas or hypotheses of what could happen.
Oh, absolutely.
And, it's just... Sure, you have to read between the lines and some of this stuff, but you know what? Who cares if it fills up your brain with a little more information? Then that's great. We have to. Hey, one thing I know for sure is that in this field, every single day, every time you go out on an investigation, you do your research, you're engulfed in something, you're learning, and that's what we're supposed to be doing in the field is learning.
Oh yeah.
We have to.
For sure. I mean, you can't go out there blindfolded. You can't. You've got to have some type of knowledge. I know that, that's the biggest thing. Just do research. Know what a piece of equipment is, know what it does, know what you can do with it. Don't just buy it and then go use it out on your first case.
Right. Do your research. Do your experiments with it first. I mean, that's one thing I tell people is experiment with it. You bought a new gadget. See what it does.
Yeah.
Write your own paper on it saying, "Hey, this is what I found this tool does for me."
Right.
I'm lucky enough to have a guy that any new piece of equipment that I buy, I give it to him. I say, "Here, tell me what it does. Tell me how good it is." And most everything that I give him, he throws in the dumpster.
Oh, no kidding.
I could have spent $80 to like $500 on it, and next thing I know, it's like, "Hey, where's my? It's in the dumpster."
And I'm not gonna lie, like, I think it was like 5 years ago, somebody made a certain kind of ghost box that was coming out, and all the lights and everything. I was like, oh, $1,500, $2,000. It's like, it seems to be the thing. I want to get one. I bought it and I used it.
Yeah, see, I don't buy those things.
Yeah.
I do not buy ghost box. I do not buy anything that has to do with the ghost box. I do not buy. I don't believe 1% of what comes out of the ghost box.
Right. It is a tough piece of equipment. I won't lie.
It is, and simply it's because if we're going to be using scientific theory for the majority of our experiments, in this field, then you have to stop and look at what you're using, how it works, what it really tells you, and if you can't reproduce that, you know what I mean? Then How many times, Chris, have you heard somebody say, "Hey, I asked it a question, it gave him an answer"? Okay, fine. So ask it 100 times, "What color is the sky?"
Right.
If it doesn't say 100 times back, the sky is blue, then guess what?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, here's the other experiment with these. You can ask one question and say it gives you an answer.
Right.
Just you. Now give your recording of that to 5 different people. Put them in 5 different rooms where they can't talk to each other. Have them write down what they thought they heard. Bring it back, and I will almost guarantee that every single one of those answers is different.
Oh, absolutely. I consider this the photo theory. Take a picture. It's not the end door.
Start your car.
Yeah, I know. I should.
Right.
You take a picture 3 times, right, to try to capture something. So you go back and debunk it or show that it's something. It's kind of like the ghost box. I want to hear them say that same thing 3 times.
Right.
If you can't say it 3 times, then there's a good possibility that it's just a radio wave, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it's another device that's not proven that it actually works. I mean, it's a fun device, and yes, I don't know how the hell it said my name twice the other day. Holy Chris Sanders, but that was amazing. Maybe they did get manipulated by the spirits like that. You get a lot of activity, so it's hard to say.
Right. Well, and Barry has Barry put on here, he says some of the gadgets are overkill and might scare the ghosts or spirits away as he mentioned before. Well, let me throw a couple things on this for you. One, the foremost thing is that ghosts don't come out on command, so you don't even know. So if you're going into a location assuming that ghosts are already there, then you might as well just turn around and go home because you've already decided there's ghosts there. You don't need it.
Right. Yeah. No, necessary.
Yeah, you gotta go. In every case I go into, even if somebody tells me it's haunted, I go in with the mindset that there is no spirits in this house, there is no ghosts. That way, I'm not looking for a ghost. If something paranormal happens, then now we're talking. Okay, there's something in the town.
Right.
Right. A lot of our cases look like we can tell us absolutely nothing about the house. They'll tell our case manager information, but they'll tell most of the investigators nothing. We want to be blind. We want to go in the house to see if we can match up what's happening, add the logic in there.
Compared to what the client tells you. And that to me is the right way to do it. In fact, when we take Cindy on our locations, we tell her nothing. And she wants to know nothing.
I do not want to know jack shit. Nothing.
Yep, I don't blame you.
Don't tell me.
I mean...
you could blindfold me for all I care. I don't want to know anything.
Well, and that's the thing. If you know a name going into a location, you're using a earphone, your brain is going to manipulate that white noise
or the
Yep.
radio is saying John, 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 John.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you don't
I just-
want to go in there with a preconceived idea at
Right.
all.
Right. Absolutely.
That's right. Nick Kate says the less influence, the better. That's right, Nick.
Bingo.
That's right.
Exactly. And Nick was putting on here. He says, "Don't be a Zach Baggins when it comes to
Yeah.
his reacting claims." He goes, "Awesome evidence." I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. When I look at cases that I've done, even when I go back over them from 10 years ago, I go, "Why did I think this was evidence?" Because obviously it's not. And because over the years you change, you learn. You know what I mean? You're constantly learning, like I said. So now you look at it and you go, "You know what? That's not evidence. It's not considered evidence." I mean, if you look at some of the science that's out there, EVPs are not considered evidence. They're not submittable as evidence at all.
Right.
So
it's the same thing, like, looking like 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, getting into the field more. Every light anomaly that I took on a picture, four. But now I know for a fact, that's a flash. Like, that's the ricochet from the window. Like,
it's learning though.
We're having issues with your mic is doing that weird thing again.
Yeah, he is cutting out a little bit, but I'm able to understand him.
So,
is it?
You're good now.
Do you want to go out and come back in again?
Yeah, let me try that.
All right.
I know, but I just if so the thing is I have to think about the other people that maybe can't hear completely, right?
Right. I do too, but it's been smoothing out eventually. So.
Yeah. I had to take some Advil.
That's
My back is
hurting. You better be able to come back in.
I know. Well, he just leaves and comes back in. Yeah.
Robert White, smartass. What time of the day do you ask what color the sky is?
Wait, what did Robert say?
When I was talking about asking the ghost box what color the sky is, and Robert puts up there, he goes, he says, "What time of the day are you asking what the color of the sky is?" Smartass.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's funny.
The paranormal field has changed in 10 years. It's changed. I mean, if nobody is without flaws or without, has everybody's made mistakes. Everybody has made mistakes. Everybody has learned something from something else or someone else. And that's where forgiveness comes in from other teams. I mean, sometimes, and this is why we reach out to people that have more experience than we do. Especially with certain cases, because we don't have that knowledge. We haven't learned that yet.
Right.
True. So.
Well, I think so. Judy just asked a question, so I have to ask: why is EVP no evidence? It is evidence if number one, it's so if the investigators heard something with their physical ears and then caught it on tape, that's backed up. That it was caught on tape and it was audible. The other thing is if you hear something on the tape and nobody paid attention because they didn't hear it, that also can be considered an EVP or an electronic voice phenomenon.
But let me add to that. Here's the thing: is that in most cases now, to consider an EVP as evidence, people are placing two digital recorders next to each other, and if it's not caught on both digital recorders, they're not submitting it as evidence. Because
that's interesting.
There's a lot.
I tried that.
Yeah, you have to understand that back when I can't remember who it was that first started doing EVPs and considering it ghost language. They were saying, well, it could be anything. It could be, somebody else talking. The microphone is so strong it catches somebody outside or whatever. But it wasn't considered submittable because there wasn't other things backing it up. So with your EVP, if it made sense for the situation at the time, like, you were doing something and it said, no, don't open that door, and you're about to open the door. Well, to me, that would make sense,
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things like that. If the EVP is caught on a couple different devices, to me, that's more than just a random EVP. That's more of an evidence because 2 devices caught it. If it's something that's audible, that 2, 3, 4 people heard that voice, which would be considered a disembodied voice, if they catch that and it's on the recorder, then it's something that can be submitted as evidence, as well as anything else that can back up what is heard on that device. Okay, so you want more than just one thing. We're trying to get out of this area of just guessing. We want to find more proof, and the only way that you can expand on that is to get more things to back up what you've got. You can't. It's like going into a location and saying, you just wasted 8 hours in there investigating, and you got 1 EVP. Well, that does not justify the house being haunted.
Right. I agree.
Okay, so you can't do that. So you got to have more. We've talked about this before, Cindy. We know of a team that went out there, did an investigation for a client. The client's with them. The ghost box says demon, and all of a sudden everybody flips off, and they tell the client that it's a demon. They pack up and they leave. And guess what? The client is left there thinking she's got a demon in her house, and now she wants to sell her house. So there's a lot of things. Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying.
Right, oh my gosh.
That's why the talks are happening about using more science and getting things on a level playing field with everybody, because if we're ever going to be taken serious, if we're ever going to truly advance, A, we have to work together. B, we have to have some types of standards in some sense to look for evidence, and we have to be able to say honestly with our peers, hey, I didn't catch just an EVP, but I got this, this, and this that all back up that claim.
No, absolutely.
And if you have more than one thing, then you can honestly say, hey, you've got something there. And then that's when you go back and you do more experiments. That's when you try to catch more. It's just, if more people would think like that and do that, then I think we'd have less demons being said.
Dear God, yes.
but listen, if people want to get famous, they're using the D word. Come on.
I know.
They're
and everybody's about TV shows.
Something.
How many have we turned down over the years? I mean, everybody. I mean, you can't hop on every single show that's out there that wants you. I mean, Christ, 10, 15 years ago, I was approached about being on a paranormal show. Well, you know what they wanted? They wanted us to pack up all of our equipment, get into a helicopter, take off all our clothes, jump off into the water, take our stuff to this island naked, and investigate the location naked. Do you know what I said to them? Do you know what I said?
Paranormal? Yeah. Well, I mean, just last year when everybody was getting a TV show, it was a big deal. Everybody's doing this, everything's doing that. I had a couple people offer me different shows. I went and filmed a full series, out somewhere last year. I mean, for 2 months. And you know where that went? Right down the tube. Not everything you're going to do is going to see the light of day. And the only thing is sometimes you don't see the light of day if you don't see that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Nick said naked and afraid paranormal.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That was a thing, I thought, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they were trying to do. I turned it down. That's what they were
trying to do.
I mean, shit, I don't want to see myself naked. Shit, I scare myself every time I stand in front of the mirror, so I'm sure nobody else wants to see me naked either.
Stop it. You have to love yourself naked, people.
No, I do not.
Yes, I do. Love yourself naked. Love yourself clothed.
Everybody has one issue with their body. I don't care what it is. Everybody has at least one issue.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I don't know. I think I've gotten over it. I figure if I'm taking my clothes off for people to see me naked because I want to have sex, because listen, I want to have sex.
Well, there's a big difference between Cindy having sex and being on Naked and Afraid Paranormal. I think there's a big difference there.
Well, listen,
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I was approached when I was younger to be an exotic dancer. Listen, I should have.
Did you take that Greyhound bus too?
What's that?
I said, did you take that Greyhound bus too?
The Greyhound bus, yeah.
Greyhound. I don't get it. What does that mean?
Oh, you've never heard the story? A lot of younger women, they'll take a ride across the Greyhound bus if they want to be famous or go somewhere. And a guy always hands the girl in the back of the bus a card that says, "You want to be a dancer?"
No. So I used to work. We had Ames. I don't know if you guys had them up there on your part of New England.
Yeah.
We had Ames department store.
Oh my God, Ames.
Yes. And I was in the electronics division, the department, and I was cashiering.
That's what they called it back then?
Electronics department, yep. And there was a woman and a man, and they come and give me a card, and they're like, oh my God, we love you. We want to, we would love to work with you. And I got this card, and it said talent scout or something like that. But I'm like, oh, so what is this in regard to? Oh, just give us a call. They wanted me to take naked pictures for them. And then, yeah. And then the people that were like, hey, we would love to have you here dancing. You have an amazing body. This is when I only had one child, right? I happened to go into one of the local exotic clubs because I knew one of the dancers there and I needed to talk to her. And the owners approached me, the woman, the owner's wife, approached me and is one who's like, oh, you have a great body. You should. I'd be like, no, I have morals and ethics. And I'm like, what are you saying? That's so rude. And I was young and dumb, you know what I mean?
So let me kind of explain what's happening here for some of the people that are just tuning in. We were talking about the Naked and Afraid Paranormal show that almost happened. And so we got on the subject. Cindy was talking about, between Chris and Cindy, they were talking about the little cards. Like when, people used to go out and scout for people, good-looking people to join their nude aspirations. They wanted somebody to dance or photo naked and stuff like that. And that's how we got on that. But I want to go back down to Nick. He says, when you go into a location, you come in with respect and with a balanced observation instead of going in automatically thinking everything is negative or the D word. And, kudos for saying that, Nick, because it's exactly what I was talking. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. If you go into these locations thinking this, then you should just pack up and go home because you've already decided. So
where are you backing up the information that you've received from the homeowners, etc.? Why are you going in already believing that? That's just you're supposed to have a skeptical mind. You're the open mind. Like, okay, make me believe.
Well, this is kind of the factor of we've all done it. How many of us have rented a haunted location that's famously known to be haunted, and not a single thing has happened to us that night?
Correct.
Yep.
And that's possible. Listen, they're not like a record player. We can't just turn them on whenever we want and crank it up.
Right.
Yeah.
And
that's what I said.
Haunted.
That's what I'm saying. You cannot go into a location and just expect things to happen. They're not.
Exactly.
They're not on voice command. Yeah, put your quarter in. They're not on command. Some of the things that we've discovered over the years that we know of is that the energy moves. It doesn't always stay in the same location. We know this. So even if a house was considered haunted yesterday, it doesn't mean it is today. And that's just the way it is. And haunted locations usually have something behind them, which is like historical value, and they're trying to save the location. A death happened, a murder, or something like that, and people have come away with EVPs or something, but they're just trying to keep the location, there as well. So I get all that, but you still can't go in thinking, hey, it's haunted because of this.
Right. I agree.
I mean, I hate to bring this up, but I'm going to be going to one of the most haunted locations in the world next June. And I can't go in there thinking that exactly. I can't think that every place I go there is going to be I'm going to have activity. It's not going to be that way.
Right.
I mean, just because you are historically going to a historic place where historically they've had things happen historically, it does not mean you will get to see any of that shit.
Right. Yeah. And that's
I live in a house. I live in a house that has stuff.
We both do, right? We both have stuff that happens in our houses.
You know, I live in a house where I'm sleeping at 4 o'clock in the morning. Somebody's kicking my bed, or banging on the wall.
Oh, interesting, Barry.
You know, so what's Barry saying?
Barry said that happened to him at Rolling Hills Asylum once. I found no spirit or ghost data. It can happen at some locations.
It can happen anywhere. But I mean, the next day you go in there, it might be active as hell. You just never know.
Well, you know what's funny, Chris, is you know how many times you see these photos online where people are driving by a cemetery, and then they see there's like this mist of a ghost, and all of a sudden it's like got 13 million hits. It's like, go back and do it tomorrow, asshole. I bet you it's not there.
The funny part is
it's a
when I go by graveyards or cemeteries, a lot of times I'll see an old man waving to me or saluting me. I'm like, yay!
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel the spirits more than I see them. Unfortunately, they show themselves when they want to once in a while, but like more or less, I'll be standing there and I'm like, okay, I can feel you breathing down my neck, like 5 feet.
Right.
Right. Yeah, it's amazing.
Goosebumps all up and down the back of your spine and up in your arms.
Yep.
I love it when you turn. I love it when you feel absolutely nothing and you turn around and they're right there.
Oh gosh, that's
What
terrifying. Well, that's super terrifying for me because that means they have not come to my psychic points and now they're at my physical points, and that's fucking terrifying for me.
As I look in my back seat, I'm like, where is it?
So you know what?
We can't do that to him.
I still get asked, even being in this field as long as I have. I've been asked, you know, do you still get scared? Do you still get butterflies?
No, I get that
do you still get nervous?
It's
like, you know what? When you lose that ability to have fear, then you're losing your senses. You're losing the things that help you prove or disprove what you're doing. So you want to have all your emotions intact. So if you go into a location and you don't have butterflies, you're not uneasy, if you don't have this or that, you're kind of just shutting yourself off before you even get in there.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is the thing is we say this all the time, Teddy. We are our own evidence, right? We are the first.
We are the best tool.
Yeah, absolutely.
The first. Hey, Chanel. Eric says, but wouldn't the potential be there all the time rather than all the time, just rather do they want to be seen?
I think what he means is, they may be there all the time, but they're just allowing certain people to see them at certain times. Now, we have talked about this with experiments, and I don't know if Chris has ever used anything like this before, but here's an experiment, guys. Now, for any of you that does ghost hunting that's listening, is if you've got 4 members, you have to have at least, I would say at least 4, yourself and then 3 other people. Have 3 people sit in like the living room, say. Stick 3 chairs, 1 behind each person. Stick a candle on each one behind them. Please do not burn the house down. Stick a candle, put a candle behind them, and then you, as the starter of this whole experiment, ask a question, but each person that is sitting in front of the chair, ask them to ask the identical question. And while they're asking, you say, if you can respond to me, please, snuff out the candle, or make it bend to the left or bend to the right, or make it flicker. And that kind of gives you an idea of, all right, who is like, say you got 2 guys, 1 on each side, and a female in the middle, and the female is the one that gets the reaction. Well, obviously, to me, what that means is that the spirit's more apt to talk to the female than it is the 2 males. So, and I'm not saying you have to use a candle. You can use anything. You can put a pinwheel, the old pinwheel, stick it in a beer bottle or an old bottle, and stick it behind them and say, hey, make the pinwheel spin. Make sure there's no drafts. Make sure there's no drafts in the house. These experiments, you have to do all the precautions ahead of time. But, it's just something that you can do, because we know that there are certain people that get touched. We know there's certain people that get things whispered in their ear. We know that there's certain people that get reactions on their EVPs, and then other people that don't. So you want to kind of clarify to the spirits that are in the house and to yourself, and your evidence itself is by saying who is the one that's going to actually be leading this, because they're the ones that are able to communicate. You know, so there's a lot of different things. And by the way, folks, that is in my book, Think Outside the Paranormal Box, if you don't have that book. So
well, that
was a shameless plug.
I like it.
Shameless, beautiful plug. Go get his book, people. You'll learn something.
But I'm just saying that some of these old school ideas and techniques are things that, you know, they've long been forgotten, but they're very simple, and they can give you some interesting results.
Yep.
You know, it doesn't always have to be about a K2 meter, which we know, folks, if you own one, put it in the dumpster, because that's what it's worth. You know,
It's 1,000 rods.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Put those in the dumpster too. There's a lot of things that we necessarily don't use because we've done the experiments, or we have connected the dots. You know, what is and what isn't a good tool, so we know what we use. You know, and we try to use something that gives us better than 2% fact. You know, I mean, to find a piece of evidence, you need to have more than a guess. So you want something that you can at least validate, and that's tough to do. You know, so that's why we were talking about EVPs, photos, and everything else, you know.
That's awesome.
Well, that's kind of like why I went back to doing a lot of old school stuff. I mean, like even the baby powder. If I'm going to put baby powder on a table, nobody's going to touch that table, and the camera's filming that. And all of a sudden, 2 handprints show up on that baby powder.
Hey, Bill Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Well, shit. I mean, Chris, that we used to use those magnetic shavings, you know, and you know, we used to use the powder as well, but we would put it on a piece of tin foil on the floor, because someone would say, hey, this ghost keeps going in and out of this room, so we would put it on the floor, and if this thing has any matter to it, like causing a breeze or whatever, then that powder, because it's light enough, should move to a direction of which way it's going. Right. And then because you have it on tin foil, it's easy to clean up. You just roll up the tin foil and throw it out. You know, you're not leaving a mess behind on, you know, the client's floor.
Right.
I get all nervous about that. I'm like, can I put some baby powder on your table? What?
Or wait, I mean, you could even do it on a wax paper or something like that.
Yeah, you can do it with anything like that. And I mean, you know,
just so you don't have to ruin their surfaces.
Right. I mean, get yourself a couple little rubber balls. You know, the balls that they use for jacks. You know, the game Jacks is probably pushing it old school, but there's so many things that you can use.
Have those little balls now, and they have little lights inside them.
Yeah.
So
well, the balloons do too now.
Those are great.
The balloons do.
Balls are awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those
Get yourself the balloons. The balloons that have the lights in them.
Yep.
You know, there's so many things that you can use. You know,
yeah,
it's
because
just
a lot of times it just takes. I mean, because normally, in order to make that go off and light up, you have to hit it pretty damn hard. But if it's just in front of you and it starts going off, you're like, what? I don't. Why?
That's what happened to me at the USS Salem battleship. Like, I was laying on the middle cot. There was a cot on top of me, too. And I see the ball. You can see right through the cot. And you just see it start lighting up and rolling. And you're like, what in the world?
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. Can't wait for that video.
Yeah. See, that's good stuff to see. You know, and you know, I myself, I prefer old school. It's easy to video. You know, people are able to see it. You're able to say, okay. And you have that to go back to as a reference.
Right.
You know, Duke University used to do experiments, and they would put, and in fact, I remember one vividly, that they put a Matchbox car on this table in a haunted location. And they showed it from start to end. And this Matchbox car moved from one end of the table to the other.
Yeah.
All the way across.
Yeah.
The problem is that they had to speed up the video, because it took, I think it was 8 to 12 hours for that Matchbox car to get to the other end.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So, I mean, experiments, it takes a lot when you're really trying to experiment. You just can't go in and do one thing and leave. I mean, it's like investigating a location, and I've said this 100 times. If you're going in to help a client, you're going in to do an investigation, what makes you think that 4 hours, 2 hours, 8 hours even is going to be sufficient enough? I've spent 3 months at a location. I spent 3 years at a location. I mean, I've moved in with people for that. You know, you have to, if the place really warrants a true investigation, you're going to do what it takes. And that means staying to collect as much evidence as you can.
I love watching those documentaries where those teams go in there, months on end, going back to the same location, not jumping from location to location, but just that one location, conducting all that evidence, getting all those same names on that same recorder. You know what I mean? Like, just awesome.
Yeah, not too many people do that anymore.
No.
I think if you get a location and they're definitely, I mean, you will know the first couple days you're there, if it warrants you to stay. And if you collect any type of evidence whatsoever, you get the feeling or whatever, you're going to want to go back all the time. And you're going to keep that case active, and that's what you're going to concentrate on. And I don't care how long you're there. My point is through GVPI is that we're there to help a client. So if the client is not satisfied after our first couple times of being there, and we actually run 3 investigations before we even say, hey, okay, this is what we think it is. We need more. We need to experiment more. We need to be here more. You do what you have to do. Chanel says my ghost box has them. Jack's her ghost box. I mean, not like ghost box, but a box that she puts her stuff in. She has Jack. She has chalk, baby powder, birthday candles, toothpicks. And see, that's a good. You should have it. You should. I
love it.
I love to show you my boxes, Teddy.
Oh, God.
That was freaking hysterical.
We can never have one good show, can we?
This is a good show, Teddy.
So, so Chris, what's your next step? What are you doing now? I mean, COVID's lifted. Now, we know that teams were still doing investigations through COVID, which they shouldn't have. They should have had respect enough for their clients and everything else. But what is your hopes and dreams? And you still got an event happening, too.
Yeah, so Portland, Maine Paracon. We're still hoping for that to happen this year. It's supposed to happen in November. But right now, our governor has the limits at 100 people inside. So if that doesn't get lifted by September 1st, we have a backup date where it's going to become June of next year. So we're hoping and praying. But I mean, I'm pretty sure every single Paracon has been canceled this year so far. But we're so far out there still with ours that we're hopeful for it. But I mean, like,
November what, Chris? What is your November what?
November what? November what?
I have to check the paper. I don't have it in my hand right now.
Okay.
That's all right. Yeah, well, let us know, and whatever you get, we'll share it for you. We'll share it for you. We do know that Rochester Winter Parafest is still on as of right now for March 13th and 14th of 2021. We do also know that the Friday before, which is the 12th, is going to be the Naked and Afraid meet and greet and dinner at the Avon Inn, which is separate. Yeah, but it's separate, but, from that event, but it's just a long weekend for Teddy. But it'll be fun,
Teddy does an amazing job, but he does run around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love the event. Stress on Sunday, like, About
3 o'clock on Sunday, you can see Teddy come back.
Yeah.
Like real Teddy.
Hey, but we always have a good time, and I love taking everybody to the Avondale for dinner. We all go and have some great burgers and a few drinks, and
the place is awesome. The best buffalo mac and cheese.
Oh my God, yes, the mac and cheese is amazing.
So come on, those burgers.
Yeah.
I should try the buffalo mac and cheese. I haven't tried that yet.
Oh, good.
So Nick's like, the first Naked and Afraid Paracon. No, it's just a night of meeting the celebrities from Naked and Afraid. Melanie Roshauer, Chance Davis, and Jeremy McKay is coming this year.
Well, he said he's gonna.
Yeah, and we're not sure yet about Trent, but we have 3 so far. So, And the Avalon is awesome, says Barry March. Yes, it is. They are part of our family as well. The Avalon Inn and the Valley Oak Event Center in Geneseo and the Avondale. They're all very good to us. Very, very good to us.
They really are, yeah. I stay at the Valley Oak.
Yeah.
What is it called? It's the Comfort Inn there or something?
Well, it's a part of the Comfort Inn series. Yeah, Comfort Inn, yep.
Comfort Inn.
But the Valley Oak Event Center, yeah.
Yep.
Book your go.
Yeah, but they do it does, but it is a good discount too, though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's an excellent discount.
Yeah, I like, even though I'm only an hour or so from home, I don't want to drive back and forth.
Look at that.
There.
Look at that, Cindy. My sister's on there.
Hey, hi Tina. Hi Tim.
Yeah. Yes, we were talking about the Parafest. So we're gonna count Chris in for Parafest, aren't we?
Chris,
Was that?
We're counting you in for the Parafest.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I'll be there. I'm always there. I'm game.
Yeah, you are.
All right. There's like a mosquito. Like all I can hear is like wow.
I knew there must have been a little flying bug in there.
Yeah, I've been trying to catch them. I'm like.
So what about a 60-foot Godzilla? What does that mean? Oh, to stick outside? Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be cool. Well, they have the Ghostbusters one, so you should be able to get Godzilla one.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what's next for Chris? What's next for Chris?
I've got some cool stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we've investigated. We've been so busy for the past 3 weeks. We have this weekend off. We're heading up to Rockland, Maine, in about a week and a half. And then pretty much we finally get a break. I mean, we've been going at it for like 2 months straight. So nothing too big. I mean, the biggest thing coming up is the Paracon. We're going back to the USS Battleship Salem in October. But other than that, yeah, we're not doing anything that is amazing.
Chris, do you have a website that I can put up here?
Yeah, I mean, just my Facebook, facebook.com/Chris Sanders Paranormal, or facebook.com/It's Haunted Crew.
Or what?
It's Haunted Crew.
It's
Haunted.
There, it's Haunted Crew.
Haunted Crew.
Yeah.
Oh. I couldn't understand the last word either.
Let's make sure this is right, Chris, so you don't have to take a look at it if you can see it.
Nick Tate says date for Chris's Paracon is November 7th.
Yeah, I was thinking it was the 8th. You forgot the it. ITS.
The it Haunted Crew?
It. ITS.
ITS Haunted Crew.
Yeah, it's Haunted Crew.
Fine. Look at him.
Oh my God, Tina! Did you see that? That's awesome. So Tina,
Face mask.
she wants to know if you want a 60-foot Godzilla at Parafest. Tina said, so remember Jennifer, the LuLaRoe lady? Yes, and I need her number, Tina. Can you message me her number? She borrowed a 60-foot Godzilla-looking dinosaur from a friend for her husband's 40th birthday. She's going to see if we can borrow it for Parafest.
Oh, that would be awesome.
How fun!
You gotta
be
tell
great.
Ted's not gonna give it back.
Right.
Stop, Chris.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, you know.
It's Haunted Crew, right?
Put it on my tab.
Yeah, put it on Chris's tab.
Put it on his tab.
You know, Chris had some really cool. I think it was last year, or the year before. Chris had a whole bunch of pillows, and I bought a Ghostbusters pillow for him for my godson, and he sleeps with it every night. Just so you know, he sleeps with it every night.
So yeah, and that's
I won't be on no Facebook. I am rarely on my Facebook.
I used to love bringing in a little bit of extra things to South Paracon because I don't ever charge anybody to come to those. I love just chatting to people, having a good time.
Right.
So you know, I brought those pillows and I started selling them, and they did well. But then another buddy of mine was like, "Dude, do you want to be known as the pillow guy, or do you want to be known as Chris Sanders?" So I was like, "All right, no pillows."
Yeah, but you know what? Some of those pillows were awesome, and you
I
made
know.
you made my godson smile. So you know,
Yay! Victory!
So much.
yes, that means a lot to the little kids. So,
That's awesome.
but we're working on like right now. I mean, Buddy the Bigfoot, not Buddy the Haunted Doll. I still want to get the two of them together to take a picture.
We should do that. Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be a hell of a T-shirt. The buddies, Buddy holding
There you
Buddy.
go. There's your cover of your.
No, wait, that's scary. Buddy holding
That
Buddy.
could be-
How about Buddy standing next to Chris holding Buddy?
I can picture that. That could be like the picture of his new T-shirts for the Parafest.
Yeah.
Buddy and Buddy.
Barry Mars says, so Chris Sanders, can the It's Haunted Crew face mask be purchased?
Yes,
that's
send us a message on the Sonic Crew page, and Tabitha, our team manager, will get back to you.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, we bought a bunch of them.
Do you have one right now you can show everybody?
Well, this is a different one, but we've got a bunch. Oh, actually, all right. It's almost like that.
Almost
My
like
camera.
that.
There it is.
Oh, nice.
My lighting is horrible.
That's
There
all
it
right.
I have to get close to look at it. Oh, that's so cool, though. Come on.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'll just put it on my face. Does that work? There you go.
Oh, looks good. Looks good. Yeah, that's a fun one. Oh,
It's a thug life.
What
Barry
the
says, thank you, Chris.
hell? You're welcome.
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
So, what other questions we got in the chat room here? Let's see. Come on, guys, get your questions together here. I'm backing up here a little bit.
Sparkly face masks.
Sparkly.
I'm such a weirdo. I love it, though.
You know what's going to happen is all these malls in America are going to open these face mask stores.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're already
God.
doing it. Walmart's got buckets of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't get into Walmart
Oh, yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Hot out here.
Judy Haas says that she uses powder and she has gotten footprints.
I love it.
Wasn't that awesome?
Mhm. Yep.
He said, my buddy dumpster. What does that mean, Nick?
What?
Nick Millay says, my buddy is the dumpster. What does
His
that
buddy
mean?
is the dumpster? Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
what does that mean, though?
I think it's literal. I think he has a dumpster that's his buddy.
Oh, maybe the name of the company says buddy on it.
Maybe.
My dumpster buddy.
Yeah, look at that. That's a hell of a name for a garbage company.
When I was a kid, we used to live near businesses, and of course, they had the big, huge dumpsters. We would go in there and dumpster dive and find some really cool stuff, and it wasn't like gross or anything. It was just super fun, and we'd be like, "Oh, look at that!"
What I want to do is I want to get one of those really big magnets because a lot of people are magnet fishing. I think that would be awesome.
Oh, God. I saw one of those. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What I said?
Yeah.
Well,
What
there's
the
these
magnet
big
fishing?
magnet fishing. They're really big, powerful magnets, and what
Okay.
people are doing is they're putting them on really long strings, and they're throwing them in the river or lakes, and it's grabbing what's at the bottom and bringing it up. And people have found money, old coins, bikes, guns,
Bikes?
yep, cell phones, speakers.
Attached to weights.
Yeah. But I'm just saying they find some
the way my
really cool stuff.
They found some awesome things. Like you just go on YouTube and type in magnet fishing, and it is amazing.
Yes, it is.
I need to try that. That's
I got drawn right into it.
Yeah, me too. So I got a question for Chris. Judy Haas asked, Chris, have you ever investigated the Goose River Bridge in Rockport?
I have never been there. No. So two of my team members, Brad and Tabitha, they live in Rockland, but not Rockport. But I think they go to Rockport all the time. That's kind of I don't know what the background of that is. So I'm going to have to look that up because maybe
I have a fly, you have a mosquito.
Yeah. I got it. Finally.
Your neck.
Well, see, maybe you guys should be putting Godzillas in your room. You wouldn't have that problem.
Well, if I was in my house and you see the Ghostbusters stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love all that Godzilla, man. You really got a hell of a collection now.
Thank you. Chris, if you ever come up this way, I've got a pretty cool place that I think you'd love to investigate. It's the ambuscade where the 1700s war came through. And you can still catch EVPs of cannon fire, musket fire. We caught a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was the American Indian War that came through New York.
Oh, wow.
And we caught some really cool stuff, and it leads you on many different paths. In fact, it'll take you to the torture tree, which is fantastic right there in Geneseo.
I need to go there. Can we?
That sounds really cool.
There?
Yeah, it's excellent. Yeah, you can go.
Sounds like a good weekend trip.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be fun to do for Parafest? Like,
that too.
Free?
Well, I would have to get permission. I might be able to get permission to do that.
Let's try that because I think it would be amazing.
That'd be really cool.
That would be amazing. Tina's asking you, Teddy, can you look at your phone or no?
I am looking at it.
He is looking at it right now.
And I don't see anything.
He's going to start buying your Godzilla collection, Teddy.
Yeah, probably.
That's what
Tom Naley sent me a message. Tom Naley sent me a message too, because he was in there at one point. He's like, I will just fade away in the back. What does that mean?
Oh my God.
Open your damn mouth.
Creeper is what he's saying. He's a creeper right now.
Oh God, that's funny. Tina, I did look and I didn't see anything. Chris is an amazing dude, says Tina.
That's an amazing dude.
I'm all right.
He's super down.
Yeah.
I said, did I miss John causing trouble? No, he didn't cause any trouble. He said hi, and then he was like super gone. Like, background.
Hey, Chris, have you noticed that when you do investigations during thunderstorms, you get more activity?
Yes. It's like a conductor of energy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Or an investigation next to a river.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's some of the stuff that should be written down and collected. Right. Because, this is stuff that we've known for years, but nobody writes it down. And now they're looking back to do more of, look at what the atmosphere, like the barometric pressure, the temperature, the line of the stars. They're saying all that stuff comes into play, and we should be doing more of that as well. So keep that under your hat. So it's,
Ted, that's just book number 2 you need to write.
Book number 3 or 4.
I meant like equipment book.
Yeah, I think that's number 3.
Oh, gotcha. Damn, you got a lot of books.
I think he has 4 that you're on 3 and 4. You're working on, right?
I'm working on 3 and 4. Yes, at the same time.
At the same time.
And it's hard to. Like, I'll get a thought for one book, and I'll be like, oh, shit, it's got to go in the other book.
What does that mean?
So, yeah. What?
Nick says he got hit by a derecho earlier today. What the heck does that mean? What's a derecho? What's a derecho?
What? Did he mean a Dorito?
No. What's a derecho, Nick?
Yeah, I'm really confused what he means by that.
Oh, Tina said, no, it's amazing, dude, not Chris. Oh, Chris, it's amazing, dude. Got it.
Okay.
And Chris is amazing. We're saying it, though, LV.
I'm saying I'm freaking weird.
Well, aren't we all?
Yep.
I say I'm weird all the time.
Yep.
My mom says I'm unique, though.
Weird and unique is the best thing to be.
When you were talking about the torture tree and the ambuscade, I don't know. Oh, derechos are high-speed winds. Thank you, Barry. Wait, where are you, Nick?
Is this Nick on my team, Nick? Nick Cates?
No, Nick Millay.
Yeah, I don't know where he is.
Great wind, similar to microburst, created similarly like tornadoes. Oh wait,
Oh,
are you
weird.
in Iowa? Are you in Iowa, Nick? Because there was, I know that there's people there in Iowa that are like, they've been out of power for like 4 hours because of the storms that have been passing through there. Oh, you're in Chicago. Got it. Weird is good, Tina.
All right, so let's start wrapping things up here. Oh man,
Did we
it's so,
do this?
it is so
Hurry
hot
the
in here.
hell up.
I didn't see the wrap it up symbol. That's cut. This is wrap it up.
Hurry the hell up.
Oh man, so you know what, Chris? I follow you a lot on Facebook. You know that I watch your stuff. A lot of us do.
Yeah.
A lot of us are very proud of you in the field. You do a lot of good work, and you know, Jack and I both had told you that we follow you, and we approve of what you're doing. So
sometimes I need a little duct tape, but other than that, I'm okay.
yeah, I mean, well, we already told you, buddy, that we will not have a problem with sticking our foot in your ass when you need it. So yes.
Jalapeno on a stick.
There you go.
He's used to me sticking my foot up his ass, so
All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap this up. I want to, Chris, thank you for joining us here because you don't do a lot of podcasts. And I'd rather use rope and tape on you, Cindy. Oh, my God.
But
Yep.
and now she's 50 shades of red.
Red room.
Oh man.
Nick Moulet says, "Uh-oh, now it's time to scatter. Tom Nally has returned." Wait, I don't see him. Oh, Nick, it says saying Tom Nally is watching. Tom Nally is watching.
Oh,
yeah. Well, you know, I just want to say again, thank you, Chris, for joining us here, and you know, everybody in the chat room for joining us, and I don't know, just you know, it's like a little family here. We always look forward to hanging out with each other and chatting and talking. I mean, Chris, we've seen you pop in from time to time.
Oh yeah.
And you know, we are the bad boys here of the paranormal because we are bad boy, bad girl. Because bad boy, bad girl. Well, you always say you're a gay man, so hello. Anyways, we get a lot of haters, and we don't care. This is a family reunion for us. This is a family show. It's our family, paranormal family, weird family, horror family, whatever kind of family you are. So, Barry Mars has another great show tonight with Chris Sanders. Thank you so much.
Our whole family.
I think Chris enjoyed himself as well.
Yeah, it was a good time. My wife didn't have to hear me talk, so we're good.
Well, you know, it's awesome, and I just can't say enough that it's good to see you again. It's good to talk with you. We won't see each other again until probably March, which would be fine.
I'm sure I'll get up there at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure, and we'll definitely talk about bringing you up for one of these locations up here to hang out with us and do an investigation. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Absolutely, sounds good, man.
Because Tom Nally is asking why I had to stand up and show my boobs. Because I had to prove that I was not a guy.
Right.
What?
Oh, good night, Bill Davis. So, all right, guys.
Bill too be doing stuff like that.
All right,
Did
guys.
you mean to say horror? No, I meant to say horror because Teddy said horror, and I always say horror when he says horror, and
Yes.
I say horror, and he says horror, and I say horror.
Yeah, no,
Horror.
no.
It's horror.
Yes. So,
I'm
anyways,
not drunk enough for this.
exactly. So, Cindy, tell us what's coming up for you.
Okay, what's coming up for me? So I am going to be doing some lives this week that I do not and have not tried yet. So I'm going to try the Instagram live. I am also going to try the TikTok lives, and I'll be doing little readings or whatever. And also Tarot Tuesday, as Teddy likes to call it, Taco Tuesday.
Yep.
It is Tarot Tuesday, 7
Love tacos.
Standard Time.
Mhm.
Tacos. And on Thursday, it is Just Cindy podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do another live on Friday, but I also do 2 questions for $15 on Wednesdays. So
there you go. All right. So, and for me, tomorrow night on Talk with Teddy, we are talking to David Askew, who is a paranormal investigator out of Texas. We're actually going to be talking with a paranormal guy on Talk with Teddy. We haven't done any paranormal stuff there. And so this will be our first talking with him. I also have a special guest co-host, Mr. Kenny Biddle, will be joining me as well. So it should be a fun show. Everybody knows he likes to drink while he's doing it. And then Thursday night, I can't remember what Thursday night is, but I don't know. Let's worry about Tuesday for now, and we'll go from there. So, as always...
The Biddle beverage? That's what we should call it, the Biddle beverage.
I think I swallowed a bug. Anyways.
Biddle beverage.
We were asked if you do free readings, Cindy.
Yes, on Tuesdays I do. It's donations. If you do a donation, so it's free, 1 card tarot pulls. And then if you donate, you're guaranteed a reading, and you get several cards.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. Okay, guys, don't forget to go over and like, share, and subscribe to... Oh, the wrong one. Why do I have Talk with Teddy up there?
Taco Teddy.
Yeah.
Taco Teddy?
Go please like and subscribe to Paratalk with Ted Wolf, that's me, and Psychic Cindy, that's her. Please go over and do all that. And also check out more shows on WLFE, like Just Cindy, her show on Thursday nights. You can check her out. And don't forget Jade's show, Inside the Drag Closet, on Wednesday nights at 10:30, which is an amazing show. You also have Kenny Biddle's show on Fridays.
Where's My Sage?
Where's My Sage is Tuesdays, I think. So there's a whole list. If you go to WLFE-DB.com, you can check the schedule out. And we're always adding new shows. In fact, we're looking at 2 new shows coming up here shortly. It's just awesome. So everybody go check that out. So let's make a taco special called Taco Teddy. Thanks. I appreciate that. Yes.
No, how about Taco
Robert White. Taco Teddy. He likes his meat. Yeah, nice.
No,
nice.
Like his meat.
Nice.
Instead of
man.
follow, subscribe.
See what I have to put up with, Chris? See?
Yeah,
See?
I see.
Okay, wait, I forgot to say that for myself. Okay, go to Instagram is The Psychic Cindy. Please follow me on YouTube. It is The Psychic Cindy. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Me! And everybody should. To get live
But I am right.
Psychic Cindy on like and follow for live updates.
There you go. All right.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, I know. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here. And thank you, Chris. There's your round of applause.
Have a good one, guys.
Cindy, you know what time it is?
I do, honey.
All right. Wherever there is darkness, there is always...
Alive.
All right.